friends, and welcome back to another video. This is Flower Heart Plans. My name is Harley, and today we are going to go through my planner, notebook, journal lineup for the rest of 2024, and we are going to jump right into it. So this stack of notebooks is the lineup that I plan to use for the rest of the year, but there are two other planners off to the side that I was using previously that are no longer in my lineup. So let's talk about those first. So I'm going to move these off to the side. And we're going to talk about these two. So this is the Erin Condren Soft Bound Hourly Layout Planner. And this is the layout. And it goes from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. with extra lines at the bottom. You have a couple of habit trackers and a notes area. And this planner was so fun to decorate. It was a joy to write on. I love the Erin Condren paper. As much as I like Hobonichi paper and Stalogy paper because it's thin, and when you write on it, it gets that texture. It's kind of crinkly. I love that. But I also love the thick Erin Condren paper, and it's kind of toothy. It's just really, it's hard to explain. I don't really have the right words to describe the Erin Condren paper, but once you write on it, once you get it, you'll understand. It's a whole different experience than any other planner that I've written in. So this was what I was using to schedule my tasks by the hour. And while I love so many things about this planner, I don't need it. I held on to it for longer than I should have because I enjoy planning in it so much. But as you can see, most of my time, Monday through Friday, is blocked out with work. So this is basically empty, and I'm just using the bottom part of the hourly and the weekend. And here, blocked out with work, and then I'm using the bottom half to schedule my tasks, and then the weekend. The same thing, work, and then just using the bottom half. So as much as I enjoy this planner, I don't need to see that I work this same schedule every week, and I need an hourly that allows me more evening hours so I could get more detailed in things I have to do after work. So this planner is no longer going to be in my planner lineup. I'm kind of sad about it, but I also don't want to force myself to use something just for the sake of using it when I don't really need it. So I'm going to say goodbye to this planner for now. There might be days, like on the weekend, when I do need an hourly schedule for the whole day, and I can just come in with pen and paper and just write my schedule if I need that. If not, then at least I gave this a really good try, and I did enjoy my time with it, but it's no longer going to be in my lineup for the rest of this year. The next planner is the big teacher layout happy planner, which I haven't even shown on the channel, but I used it for a couple of weeks, and I realized that even though I really like this planner, it's just not the right time for me to use it for what I was using it for. So let me explain. I was using this for goals. I was using it to set my goals, to help me plan out action steps to reach my goals. And the layout itself is great for what I planned on using it for. I just don't have the time to dedicate to it. So I'll show you. This was the first page where it said teacher planner, and I just put goals and a little bit of decoration and my name. And then this was a dashboard from a different big happy planner that I repurposed. I put goals on the tab here on both sides. Then I put some cardstock paper on this side of the dashboard where the calendar was previously. And then on this side, I wrote out the categories, my goals, and action steps. This is from the Moxie Life goal setting system. Previously, I've used the Moxie Life booklets, and I used that idea to come up with the categories, which I changed up a little bit to meet my needs. And then I wrote down my goals and some action steps to reach those goals. And so let's go to the weekly. So for the weekly, I realized I love decorating the teacher layout planner. This was so fun to decorate for the 2 weeks that I used it. But I like how much room it gave me. It gave me space for each of my categories. And because I haven't shown this on the channel, I'm just going to go through my thought process on why I chose this planner for goals and why I'm no longer using it. So the teacher layout goes from Monday through Friday, and then you have space for categories or subjects at the top. Monday through Friday are the days I have the hardest time sticking to a routine. So I thought a Monday through Friday planner would be perfect because the weekends, I don't have a problem being productive or doing tasks that get me closer to my goals because I have all day. I have all the time. I'm not working. I'm not tired after work. I have energy. So the weekends are no problem. So I was going to use this as it was laid out, Monday through Friday here, and then my categories at the top. The first week I used this, I utilized all of the space and I wrote too many things down, and I realized it was just too much to keep up with, meaning the tasks themselves, I put too many on my plate, and checking in with this planner was a big time commitment also that I didn't have. So then the following week, I have less action steps, and I kind of picked out the 1 or 2 that I thought would be manageable, but even this was too much. And then this is where I realized I just don't have the time to dedicate to doing all the things that I want to do. Right now at least, I need to pick 1 or 2 categories at most and focus on those. I don't have the bandwidth to try to upgrade my life in every area. So while this layout would work for what I planned on using it for, I'm just not ready for it. So for now, this planner is not going to continue in my lineup, but it's not going to go to waste because I could easily redate this. As most people do who use the teacher layout, they redate these dates and put Monday through Sunday at the top and the categories down the side. So I could use this for future planners. I could use it as a notebook. I could use it for lots of things. So it's not going to go to waste, but it's no longer in my lineup for the rest of this year. So the big teacher layout happy planner is no longer in my lineup. So let's talk about the planners that I will continue to use for the rest of this year. The first one is going to be my trusty B6 Stalogy, my catch-all planner, everyday carry, even though I don't carry it. I started out calling this my everyday carry because I was carrying this with me everywhere, but she's getting chunky, so I no longer put this in my purse. But this is my everything planner. It has my to-do lists, my appointments, my notes about the day, what I had for dinner, what doctor appointments I have, habit trackers. It has everything. This is my brain on paper. This keeps me organized for everything that I need to do. So this planner is not going anywhere. I dabbled with the idea of when I finish this notebook, which I don't know when that will be, if it'll be in a few months or in December. I'm not sure how long this will last, but at the end of this notebook, I was going to move into an A5 Stalogy, which is bigger than the B6, but I have decided against that. So after this notebook is done, my next notebook will be a B6 Stalogy again. And I should mention that I have this dashboard. It's a jelly dashboard with a pocket and a pin loop. This is by Salty Katie Co. on Etsy. And I have it in this cover by Paper Bound Creations on Etsy. This is a rainbow glitter cover. This is my favorite cover I've ever used. I've used other covers like Moterm or other ones on Etsy, but this Paper Bound Creations one is my favorite of all time. I absolutely love it. And yeah, so the B6 Stalogy is staying in my lineup, not going anywhere. The next planner that we can talk about, which I don't use as a planner, is the Mini Happy Planner dashboard layout. So I should mention this is also a cover by Paper Bound Creations, and it has a glitter spine and it's really cute. I opted for the pin loop, and I put some paper in here just for decoration. So this is the dashboard layout happy planner that I use for health, wellness, and fitness tracking. So I'm not necessarily planning anything in here. It's just tracking things after the fact. Well, I guess I do kind of plan my meals, but other than that, it's really just tracking. So this is where I track my steps, notes about my fitness, habit trackers, grocery list. I track my breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and my water intake, and any exercising or movement that I do. This is how a couple spreads have turned out. This is the current week that we are on. And right now, this is focused mainly on fitness tracking. Ideally, I would track my self-care and my wellness overall, but that's a work in progress. So for now, this layout that I've come up with is just based on fitness tracking. It might change over time, but I like how I'm using it right now, and it's going to stay in my lineup for the rest of the year. Although, like I said, the actual way that I use it might change because I change up this left-hand side each week. So that might be different from time to time. And then I was using daily pages in here, but I realized that everything I was tracking on this daily page, I could do on the weekly dashboard. So I didn't need an entire page. I could just track it here on the weekly. So I'm going to take out these daily pages, and then I have blank pages in the back where I'm going to write recipes for stuff that I want to make, stuff that I enjoy, but I want to make it cute. So I haven't done it yet because I need the time and energy and motivation to decorate the pages with stickers and washi tape and make it cute, and then write the recipes down. So I have space for that in the back. And then I have some Post-it notes and a folder that I don't have anything in just yet, but I have it if I need it. So the mini dashboard happy planner is going to stay in my lineup, and I'm super excited about it. The next notebook that we're going to talk about is this A5 dot grit notebook by the Happy Planner. And this is what I call my notes notebook, because this is where I put notes and brain dumps and lists and anything that doesn't fit in my planner system or any other notebook that I have goes in here. I also call this my planner companion because it's where I write down notes that I need, brain dumps, messy, scratchy notes go in here. I do decorate the pages because I like it to look cute, but it's not a notebook that I'm precious about. So these are a few pages, and I decorate ahead of time so that when I have something on my mind that I need to get down on paper, I could just come in here and write without having to decorate in real time. So I have a few notes pages decorated already. And so this planner companion notebook will stay in my lineup. And the next planner that we're going to talk about is another planner that I'm not using as a planner. I'm using this big vertical happy planner as a journal / daily recap notebook. So this is where I come in at the end of each day and just write about what happened that day. And then I have my daily gratitude in the corner at the bottom. So this is where I write not anything deep, just facts about what happened that day to jog my memory for when I do my memory keeping. And this is the planner that I get super excited to write in at the end of each day, because it's just something fun to do to recap what I've done. And the daily gratitude is a habit that I cultivated that has really improved my life. So I love just writing down one word or short phrase every day of something that I'm grateful for. And so this is staying in my lineup for sure. This is an 18-month planner. It started in July 2024 and goes through December 2025. So this will last me until the end of next year, which is great because that means I don't have to buy another planner next year. I can just continue using this one. So this is staying in my lineup, and this leads me to the next and last notebook I'm going to talk about, which is an honorable mention because it's technically in my lineup, but also I'm not putting any pressure on myself to complete it if I don't have the time or energy to do so. So that is the Hobonichi Cousin of Vec. This is the July through December booklet of the 2-book system. And I put stickers on the front and back just to make it fun, because I realized with the January through June booklet, I was a little bit too precious about it. I didn't show it on my channel at all because I stopped using it at some point because I was a little too precious about it. So this one, I just wanted it to be fun. This is where I'm going to journal a little bit more in depth than what I do in the vertical happy planner. And that's why the vertical happy planner is handy, because I'm behind in this. These are just swatches that I did, but I'm behind in this notebook of memory keeping. So I can just come in any day and read what I wrote and jog my memory for what happened that day. So then I can fill in my Hobonichi Cousin of Vec. So that's what this is. But again, low pressure. I'm just going to have fun. This is together my memory keeping system. So having said that, that is all the planners and notebooks in my lineup. So let's do a quick recap of what we went over. So we have the big vertical happy planner that I use as my journal / daily recap notebook. Then as an honorable mention, one that is in my lineup but low pressure is the Hobonichi Cousin of Vec that I'm using for memory keeping. Then we have the A5 dot grid happy planner notebook that I'm using as my planner companion, where I write down messy notes, scratchy lists, and brain dumps and everything else. Then we have the mini Happy Planner dashboard layout that I use for health, wellness, and fitness. And then we have the B6 Stalogy, which is my catch-all planner that I absolutely love and is not going anywhere. This is my everything. So this is my planner notebook lineup for the rest of the year. We also talked about the big teacher layout Happy Planner that I'm no longer using for goal setting, and the Erin Condren soft-bound hourly layout planner that I'm also no longer using in my lineup for the rest of this year. So I have these 5 notebooks that I'm using. Really the only planner that I'm using to plan is the B6 Stalogy, which is ironically just a notebook, really. It's just a blank notebook that I decorate myself into a planner, whereas the rest of these are planners that I don't use as planners, I use them as notebooks. Anyway, so yeah, that's it. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching this video and hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.